I was doing a bit of research about this new partnership that you guys just did. Well, it's called Label Services Unlimited. Who'd you guys partner with for it though? I couldn't really see that.
Nah, we completely independent.
Yeah.
Oh, so is this all independent company?
Yeah, this is us.
Okay, maybe we can start there. Tell us a bit about what that is. And for what I saw, it's like I wrote it down. It's a web-based company offering data-driven label operations for independent artists. So I'm assuming it's just like giving artists some services or some things that they would get if they had a label, some of those benefits, but just being able to like access that as an independent artist. Right?
Yeah, man. So it's like, you know, we really just bringing, you know, what we do together. You know what I mean? Like, me and G-Man been working for years now. You know what I mean? Like, just behind the scenes, you know, doing what we do. And we was like, man, what's the best way we could really bring things together? You know, so on my side, you know, with Medium Creative Agency, we already pretty much doing, you know, any marketing, PR, you know, playlisting, brand partnerships, just all photography, all types of things like that. And I'm working with different labels, distros, stuff like that too. So I'm like, yo, if I'm doing that tour, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing that, coming off a tour managing stuff like that. I'm like, okay, so we got that side. And then you got G-Man, who to me is like the complete picture. Literally everything else that we're not doing, you know, from the really like truly like talent booking and, you know, tours and, you know what I'm saying, individual spot dates and, you know what I mean, being able to do like events and really have like the space and the infrastructure to kind of host things like on a local level. We didn't have that. You know what I mean? And me and G kept putting our heads together like, yo, we keep doing these little one-offs or just kind of helping each other out. But how can we really get to a point to where like we bring this full picture together? You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's, you know, Label Services Unlimited was born, you know, from there. But it's me, G-Man, my wife Sabrina, Cuban, and then Justin. And it's us five. And we actually...
Are all these people from Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing to add on to that too is our relationships. That's a big one because with us both dealing with artists, you know what I mean, you know, in our own ways or whatever, beside us feeling like, okay, boom, you know, a lot of these artists, they feel like I've talked to so many, and a lot of the common denominator is they feel like that they hit a wall. So then you get the drilling, trying to figure out, okay, why you feel like you hit a wall, this, that, and the third. And a lot of it is they lack the tools, the knowledge, and then the resources, let alone the relationships, because a lot of them don't move and network and, you know what I mean? So they lack those things. So, like, for me, from a G-Man standpoint, one of the struggles that we've always had, as long as we've been doing it, is trying to, it's no disrespect to the artists that we work with, but trying to get the right artists to be able to utilize these relationships that we have. I'm sure a lot of people that's in manager, not even manager roles, just any roles where they got real, true relationships and different things, whether you talking media, whether you talking the music, whatever. The frustrating part is when you have these relationships and you can't use them. You can't use them because the artist that you picking or that you think is whatever, they
might not just fit.
They don't fit or they don't listen or it's a long list of reasons why. So then once you think you got one, all right, now you got to go grab another artist. That didn't work. Now you got to go grab another one. That didn't work. So it's like a constant game of trying to figure out who the hell can you use to use these relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I know for me, that's the toughest thing. So again, with the label services, it is about helping the artists with what they need, us being able to utilize our relationships. And the most important part is we have a part of it too where we work with the artists. Because you got some artists that feel like, yo, I got a team. I don't need that. I don't need that on some a la carte shit. Let me just get you with that. Okay, well, we can help you with that. But you got other artists that's like, look, I don't fucking know. I done did this, that, and the third. Look, you know, I'm going to follow your plan. You know what I mean? So
I need the whole thing. You know what I mean? And that's really like where the unlimited, you know what I'm saying, piece come in. You know what I mean? Like, and even just to speak, you know, when we say we're independent, we mean we're independent as this is me and G-Man and the rest of the team doing what we're doing. But, you know, we got a lot of different partnerships because it depends on who you are and what you're trying to do, to his point. You know what I mean?
The artist.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like some artists, they come with a distro. So boom, they don't need that. You know what I mean? But they may not come with, you know, a marketing plan, or they may not have, you know, somebody who can help them get shows, or they may not be able to, you know, properly have, you know, brand partnerships or set up, you know, some type of funnel system where they can actually, you know, make money and things like that. So, yeah, we really wanted to offer and really just package and kind of let the world know, because full transparency, we've been doing this. You know what I mean? But you got to keep in mind that, especially me and G, we more of make the moves and keep it moving type. You know, we not really too much of the super flashy, talking about what we doing like every 5 minutes, because we so busy in the work. So this was us being like, yo, we need to not only do this, but we need to like let people know, you know, like what this is. And yo, even if you kind of already was like, man, I do kind of want to work with them, but I don't know if it's going to be a good fit. We opening it up. Like he said, whatever you got going on, we can help, we can assist. And it don't matter what you're doing.
Yeah, then they'll see the caliber artist that we dealing with.
Right.
That's not from Virginia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll see some of the industry artists that we working with. Like y'all are gonna see a lot. And when they see that, it's like, well, goddamn, let us work with you, because you can get the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? So again,
so you guys also have this set up where you can do partnerships with industry artists that already have a label?
It's already, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's already done.
I mean, even down to the point to where, like, next year we're going to even have, like, launch parties, obviously here, you know, locally, but also, like, New York, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I saw you guys have a bunch of in-person workshops happening next year. But, I mean, my question is really, like, so if an artist if we're talking about an industry artist that already has a label, shouldn't their label already be doing all that?
Nah.
Would they have,
the labels,
you know, like, why would they need this service?
Nah, that shit done. So a lot of the labels, or just like what he was saying, the same thing with me. The labels already come to us already. I'm sorry. Yeah, the labels already come to us already. Is vendors to service a lot of the industry artists already.
So it's just like you guys are like a subcontractor for the labels? Like pretty much, like this is the work that the label should be doing.
Correct.
So they just like hire
and
out
they just
for it.
outsourcing it out to us to be able to do it. Correct.
So an example would be like,
what are they doing?
Man, I mean, well, again,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'll be candid with you. Again, it depends on their contract, and it depends on their relationship with the artist, and it depends on what the artist is doing on their own. So to his point, like right now, like prior to us doing this, you know what I mean, and still, you know, like I work with 1RPM, you know what I mean, and I do a lot of outsourcing for them. So I'll do a lot of one-off partnerships and things with them when it comes to press and PR. You know what I mean? So I got to work, you know, Dietrich Haddon's album. I do you know what I'm saying, Dietrich Haddon's album too. You know, I was working with, you know, when Jewels and Jadakiss did the Party and BS record, like I did PR for that. Like, so it's like, it's one of those things where, like he said, people are already outsourcing. You know what I mean? Like I already work and partner with a whole bunch of different labels and do public relations and different things like that for them. So really for us, we know that that's the system. Like he said, like this isn't us like thinking like maybe we can help. No, we're already getting paid to do this stuff. We're just saying now we're actually offering it and letting the world know, like, hey, you don't have to feel like, man, if I don't get down with a label or do this or that, will I ever be able to achieve this level? We're like, no, you can. If you listen to what we're saying, get the education, and really bite down, you can.
I mean, I think that sounds great. I think in 2025, where we are with music right now, this is like, it's like the independent artist dream. Like what people have been talking about for the last like 20 years, where you really don't need a label. Like what I've really been saying for the past few months is like, what really changed in my eyes is the industry lost the monopoly on discovery. So like 20, 30 years ago, before social media, before you could just go viral on your own, you needed a label to literally just get seen by the people. Like you might have been greater than whatever's artists out at the time, but like you just had no chance of getting discovered. The people would never even see you. Like they had a monopoly on that, literally. And TikTok, social media starts going up, and artists can do it on their own. I feel like that even the labels scrambled. Like the labels didn't really know how to compete with that, because now they lost their main thing they had, which was control over, like they're the gatekeepers on who even is allowed to get seen. So I think we went through that. The labels are trying to figure out what to do through that. They're trying to they're just signing like TikTok artists that have a little buzz right now. They don't really care if they'll be hot in a year. They're like, okay, whatever. So I think through that, the game started getting even more oversaturated because nobody was really looking at investing in artists that would have a long career. They're just like, we just want to make some money right now, real quick. But even right now, so now it's kind of an even playing field where artists can go up on their own. But now it seems like everybody's battling with the quote unquote algorithm. And then, which is weird. I mean, I don't think, and one hand, from a creative perspective, I think that can ruin your creativity if you're like just trying to make what you want to make, but now you have to like accommodate for the algorithm or like you might have to follow some certain trends or something like that. That can kind of ruin your creativity. But what I was gonna say, I literally forgot where I was going with that. That's funny. I don't know, but it's like we're at a point right now where it's like I feel like it's a mystery again. We don't know what the next thing is, like, because now it's like you can go viral and have a little viral moment, but even that doesn't mean anything. It's so common, like it's so many viral things. So it's like, what is the next thing? Like, what is that?
I think it really, really depends on what the creator wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And what are they willing to do to try to achieve that?
They just want to get money.
You hit it on the head.
Well, what I'm saying is like, for example, like, if they're still trying to chase a deal, all right, okay, you're gonna have to hit certain matrix, certain things or what have you. Yada, 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 to be able to make that happen, plus the music or what have you.
Shake certain hands.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really chasing a deal. Now, if you just dropping music and, trying to get lucky on some, TikTok shit or just get a viral moment or whatever, I mean, then, yeah, we probably wouldn't, be good to work with. You know what I mean? In that case or whatever. I think, like for example, like I got a artist I work with out of Detroit. She had a nice long resume, this, that, and the third. She was looking for touring. She had crazy analytics. Spotify was good. She had a nice thing. I was easily able to walk her straight on in the CAA.
Yeah.
Straight in because she had already had everything on the back end. She just didn't know how to basically get with a touring agent. So again, I think it depends on the creator. All the artists that I've sat with, that we brought in at the building and we sat down with and we asked them, what are you trying to do? A lot of them don't know, or a lot of them give you the same answer. I mean, I just want to do shows.
A lot of this, I guess, goes back to what you said earlier, which I think is a great point, is the right artist.
That's right.
So I think a lot of this still what goes into it is like, how much motion do you have? So if you want to tour around the country, I don't know if I'm hiring a touring agency, is it my responsibility to already have motion in all these different places I want to tour, or is it are you taking on that job to help me build that buzz in that area for them to want me there? Or do I already have to have that buzz there?
I think it's 50-50. Like, for example, I'm going to use my guy Lucid for prime example, right?
Yeah, shout out Lucid.
Shout out Lucid. Lucid, he's in the process now of putting together his own tour. So to your point, he's done the viral TikTok thing, doing crazy numbers. He's him in regards to what he's doing. But on his own, he's lining up his own tour. Canada, Houston, here, yada, 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 on his own. Now, he's somebody that has those analytics and those things where, same thing with him, you can damn near walk him straight through because he's done all the work. So, I just think, does artists want the help? If they want the help, okay, are they willing to do what's being asked for them to do?
Yeah, I was going to say, too, Lucid is such a good example that you brought him up because not only, Lucid, been down with G-Man, for a long time, but then Lucid also came over to Medium and he worked with us. When he says that, Lucid has his own motion, but plus he's able to get with other people and build those areas to where now he has that. So something that's super important is when you say, like, is it the right artist and different things like that, I think also, too, something that I think is really important is, like, being in the music business and being a creative and being able to be a part of this and actually make money and have success, that joint is a privilege. This joint is not a right. You don't wake up and be like, I should just be able to make money. It's a lot of steps and a lot of things that you have to do. Unfortunately, because of what you said, the viral moments and the TikToks and the way different things and discovery and stuff has happened, people start believing that they can skip steps and skip the line. That's not what we here for. And that's why he said, if that's really kind of more of like what you looking for, we probably wouldn't be the right people. Our thing is try to really to nourish what you already have. And even if you don't really know where you're going, give you that direction and teach you the fundamentals of how to actually really build a fan base. Because guess what? there are people right now who are not on social media like that. I mean, obviously it's 2025, so you have to have something, website, Instagram, this and that. But there are people right now that are doing tours and selling out right now that ain't all on TikTok and ain't on XYZ because they have real fan bases. That's the part that a lot of people keep missing. They trying to do all this other stuff except for actually build a fan base, one fan at a time, and then make sure that you keep following up with those fans and realize that they're the reason why you got bread in your pocket. A lot of people think it's because of us or because of this one or because of that one. It's your fans. If people not constantly coming back and buying products, and I'm not just talking about streaming. Streaming is such a low, it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
We talking about people really buying direct sales, buying shows, buying merch. You know what I mean? Setting up pop-ups, brand partnerships. Like we talking about really having doing the business. And the beauty of me and G is we right in the middle of that. We not so old where it's all streaming, but we not so young where we don't know about that grassroots and really getting it out the mud. And honestly, a lot of people in the industry, they don't want to do that. They thinking and they watching this person going, man, I make good music good enough. I do this. Listen, you could be a phenomenal artist, but do you got the work ethic to build a business? 99% of the people that's saying they want to do this don't.
Yeah. That's that's the other side of the music. It's the music business. People people do want to skip steps. They see people doing it. It looks easy. It's like, I'm gonna try it. Mm-hmm. And
it's supposed to
I mean, yeah, if you're an entrepreneur, everybody wants to own their own business, right? Because they don't want to have a boss. Mm-hmm. Newsflash: when you're the boss, all your customers are your boss.
Come on.
So your fans are kind of like your boss. That's you got to treat them with that respect.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I'm very much in the same lane. I love that grassroots approach, going to different areas, tapping in with different people, like putting in the work and not putting in the work just for the work's sake, but the work you put in along the way, that actually makes you better. So every year that I always feel like I'm ready. Then a year goes by, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm and I take a second to reflect. I'm like, maybe I wasn't ready. Because you learn a bit more the longer it takes. But I mean. It does seem like labels stop developing artists. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
Because it costs.
And it ain't worth it. It
costs. And then the turnover, for example, back in the day, music could get you signed. Music, it wasn't all this. The music was good, you getting signed. Yeah, they was taking a lot of your publishing and bad deals or whatever the case may be, but the music got it done. To develop, you got to pay people. That's overhead.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, if you got a group, that's outfits, marketing. So shit's changed. So if they can just go online and just grab somebody that's got a lot of motion and views and this, that, and the third, throw a couple dollars in their pocket, what we need to develop you for? We're going to save all this overhead.
I'm going to give you bro, he just broke it down crazy. And I'm going to tell you the exact, that's my guy. Look, I'm going to tell you the exact reason why they don't develop artists. Because the moment that Spotify did the deals with the major labels and streaming and those deals came together, I own the master. I own what's going on. I no longer need you to do all of that for me to make money. You have to get out on the road and sell merch and do shows and tours and things for you to make money. I don't need to do that. I already know how to capitalize off of everything you did.
And they already have the record. They already have the music already from the artist. So they're already making money already on the back end that sometimes the artist ain't even privy to because they've licensed the music to the labels as soon as they sign that deal.
So develop you for what?
Well, I guess they're just hoping to find already developed artists.
Nah. I mean, it's not even that. It's
the
just,
labels know already that artist development been out the door years ago.
And you don't have to be developed. Think about all the a lot of these viral guys.
Like the song I was just playing, Baltimore National Anthem. Mm-hmm. That may not matter in a couple years, but it don't matter. It's a vibe right now.
It may not matter in a couple years, but if whoever owns that, hopefully is them, exploits that the right way from a licensing, publishing, that bro, they could be very rich.
And how the labels work too, to your point, they'll grab a record right now that's hot and they'll work it. Because how they look at it, they look at their numbers quarterly.
Come on.
They ain't looking at their numbers 3, 4, 5. They looking at everything quarterly. So when you got that quarterly type mentality, and you bringing in whatever it is you bringing in a quarter, that's all. They don't give a damn if you're around 2, 3, 4 years, you know, longevity wise.
And also, too, we got partners to the point to where, yo, the record could be whatever it is now, but it's like, we got the type of connections, I'm saying, like from a major label or just from just from having the connections and resources, which is what we do at Label Services. I might be on some like, yo, I don't even care what this does or doesn't do because we have so many relationships. Well, we're going to get this put in this Tubi movie and that video game and this. So it's going to get exploited. That's why, again, I have to keep repeating. When you said, well, why don't worry about artist development? Because we don't need that to make money. You need that to build a fan base and to be relevant. But like he said, the music can stand on its own. That's why you still hearing records like old Nelly records and this one. You know, all the music we kind of grew up like that 2000s, you see it in all the commercials. You see them coming back and remixing. Why? Because they can exploit the record that was already there. It's not really about that motion piece. That stuff is for the fans. That stuff is to build. But that's not about making money. Making money ain't about that. For them, when you own it and you have the relationships. For you, it's something different. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we're trying to teach people, like, yo, treat yourself like you a product and can't be too cool to where you don't never want to promote.
That's another thing.
You don't ever want to do this. You don't ever want to do that. And you just be like, yo, I don't know why G-Man ain't throwing me on no shows. Bro, have you ever done any shows yourself and bought anybody out? I'm putting you on the show. I already got 500 to 2,000 people coming out. And you just like, yo, my song is hot. You should just throw me on a show. No, you got to sell tickets to get on the show.
See, it's a lot of entitlement.
Come on, man.
Out here.
I agree. I mean, with the shows, like, yeah, I mean, if you want somebody to pay you for a show, like, they're not just paying you for nothing. Like, they're paying you for the people that are coming to the show. Because they know if I give you $5,000 and I know you're going to bring $10,000 worth of people there, that's a great for everybody.
Right there.
But I want to go back for a second to what you said because I think it's interesting. The labels did a deal with the streaming services.
Yeah. They have partnerships with the streaming services,
So how does that deal work? What does that mean? Because from an artist perspective, we still don't know how much a stream is worth. Do the labels know they have that number? Is that what's in that deal? And are they getting way more than independent artists?
Not only do they know, they already
they negotiated that.
They already worked it out.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's, yo, we got the viral record. Yo, here, come sign with us. We'll give you this money. You know why they're giving you the money or giving you the advance? Because they already know whatever we give you whatever. You see somebody like, yo, we'll give you $500,000. That means we've already factored that in 5 years, we're going to make $3 million. Again, simply because we know how to exploit this record because we own it. Or we've licensed it for a certain amount of time to be able to make that money. That's the common denominator now. Really, that's the only reason why. That's
where we're in now. Yeah. Right now, it's a licensing game.
Come on, man.
That's what it's about, right? It's a licensing game.
Who owns it?
Well, you own it. So that's like, okay, you got Off-World. That's you.
Well, we hope that these people own it. And that's what if you don't own it, you're already in the trick bag.
But let's say you own it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I said I'm watching your show. And I'm like, okay, boom, I'm looking at everything. I call a meeting or whatever because I see value. Or I feel like, okay, I have the relationships to make the podcast bigger. Yeah. So I come to you and I say, hey, look, let me license Off-World for 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah. Within this deal, we can do A, B, C, D, E, whatever it is I'm going to bring to the table. And then you license it to me to where I'm able to have the rights to take your likeness, take everything with it, the logo, everything, to go make money. Yeah. And then we basically breaking bread. So not only am I making money because you license it to me, I'm also helping the platform as well. That's what's going on a lot where you see, like you see all this shit going on with Netflix and YouTube and all this different thing. A lot of this stuff is license plays because what's happening is, if you dig deep, a lot of it is the venture capitalist companies, the fintech companies.
Come on.
BlackRock.
Come on, G.
That's what a lot, there you go, G. That part. Yeah. Pay attention to what's going on with the catalogs, how all these catalogs are getting bought. Same thing. They create something, they bring value to it. Once the value is there, they license it out or sell it. That's the game.
I think it's interesting, too, how you said that the motion doesn't really matter when you get to a certain level.
To the label.
To the label.
Right,
if you own
they don't care about that.
Yeah, if you own the whole infrastructure, you have all the relationships. The motion is just to kind of get to the people, I guess. The motion is really like demand for you and the amount of people that know you and like you, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're the label and you already own the whole infrastructure, already have all the people, or you have all the people that work in the infrastructure, you can place that stuff in front of the people without any motion. You can just like artificially just make something look like it has a lot of motion.
Yeah. And right now, especially with the labels, you know, it's the same thing where for them, a lot of it is catalog acquisition from these artists. That's real estate. Whether the music is sitting on the shelf, whether it's 10 years old, 5 years old, or you just recorded it today, that's real estate. So again, do they see value? A lot of these artists don't even know what their catalog is worth. They don't know how to go about trying to find out what it's worth.
And we got the tools to do that too.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. That's the relationships, because it's like for me and him, like I said, okay, through our relationships, okay, we could take a record that an artist haven't pumped the past 5-6 years. Go get placements, go get the sync, you know what I mean? Do all those different things like that there. And they done gave up on the record.
Well, I think T-Pain just sold his catalog. He made a post. He was like, I forgot which company it was, but they offered him, I want to say $100 million. Mm-hmm. Basically, they offered him like whatever his royalties makes, his catalog makes in royalties a year. They're like, we'll give you 100 years worth.
Yeah,
that part right there.
That sounded great to me.
Yeah, I mean, here's the
well, that Weeknd deal was a nice one because everything that the Weeknd does.
What did he do? I saw something about that, but I didn't look all the way into it.
He just sold his for $1 billion, right? I think his was for like $1 billion.
The evaluation was like $1 billion, and to your point, and they put it up against, so he got like a percentage of an advance on that billion. His full evaluation was like $1 billion.
Was like $1 billion, but everything new that he does, they don't get any of that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And just for the record, like that was the evaluation to his point. So they're not giving him $1 billion, you know what I'm saying? But they're giving him a percentage based on.
Will he get $1 billion over time? Or he'll never get the whole billion?
Probably not, but he's going to get a whole bunch. And again, 10% of $1 billion, you can't live off that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Also, who's to say you can't sell your catalog, get $100 million, and start a whole new business?
No,
that's what they've been doing. Yeah.
That's literally the point. And also too, just for the podcast, like I know we saying it, but I want to break it down because one thing that LSU is going to be super big on, and we've been from G-Men to Medium Creative, like we've been big on is education. But I really want to break this down like in layman's terms. So an example would be like he brought up Netflix. So let's say like I created and I own and produce Moesha, like the TV show, right? So you ever be like watching streaming and you'll see like Moesha, like you'll see it on Netflix, but then you'll also see it, let's say you also see it on like Hulu. It's licensing. That's why sometimes even when you see a show, you see how they change the intro.
There's a meme going on right now. Maybe find that. It's like movies in 2025, and it's just like all the logos, like, you know, in the beginning, it's like Netflix, HBO, Hulu. It's just like they all just pop up back to back.
That's what it is. But the play is that, and sometimes when you watch those shows, when they're on streaming, you'll realize certain episodes or certain seasons won't be there. Again, licensing. Because it depends on how this deal was set up. The reason why I'm bringing that up is so people understand, like, that's how you can exploit your music. Because when it comes off of, let's say, that Netflix, and then it goes into Hulu, now they're renegotiating a whole nother deal. You can do the same thing with your music. But again, you have to have and know the right people and understand how to exploit the copyright and the publishing and all this other thing. If you don't know how to do that and you don't own it, you can't do that. And that's why, like we said, this is us coming from that side of it. Again, this is the label services part of it. Other people who are doing things are more thinking, and a lot of times they're just thinking from the musical creative aspect. And that's why people start saying stuff like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would never do no 360 deal. I would never do. Yo, bro, y'all love to have 100% of nothing. Like, that joint is annoying. Everybody wants to be the boss, and now I own all of this. Yo, I'll own 10% of $1 billion. We just talked about it. Yo, give me 10% of $1 billion. I'll take that over 100%.
Give me 1%.
You feel, bro? You feel what I'm saying?
So you're saying a 360 deal could be worth it for us, depending on who the artist is.
360 deals have always been worth it. Because for the most part, when you sign it, you don't have anything. So they're already providing everything. So they're saying, because we're providing everything and marketing and getting you to a point to where you're making money, we deserve a piece of everything you do.
But you have the product though. You have the music. But
if you could exploit it by yourself, what do you need us for?
I think it's interesting how you keep using the word exploit.
That's
rather than invest or build up or.
Because
like exploit, it just seems like a negative.
I'm using the
term.
word exploit because the things that you're talking about is what you would do if, like he said, if you were in a place where you were confident enough to build your own thing, which is my favorite approach. Most artists aren't willing to do that. My favorite approach is ground up. Like that's how me and my wife and the rest of the Medium creative team, like that's how we really built ourselves up. A lot of the artists that we worked with, they were early on, and we helped, and we were part of the team that built them from the ground up. So for me, I think that's the best way to go. To G's point, most people's ideal when they want to get into this space is y'all want a deal, y'all want an investor, y'all want this, y'all want that. If you want that, but you don't want to put up your own money, your own bread to do what you have to do, you put yourself open to be exploited. That's what it is. And it's not necessarily a bad thing if you can see it from that perspective. But you can't say, yo, I want you to market me and make me so big and have the world know who I am, but I want to take the majority share of the money and the things that's going to come. How? When without us, no one would know who you are. That's the part that feels rough as a creative, but the big thing about LSU, again, is from the education standpoint is, yo, we want to keep it real so you can know how to really do your business, because everybody has a dream and I want to be a rapper, I want to be a singer, I want to be a songwriter or whatever. But the reality is, yo, it costs not just the grind, but to really be in them spaces, in them places. Because again, like I said, I want to reiterate, yo, this is a privilege. This ain't a right. You can go get a job like everybody else. You want to make millions, but you don't want to invest thousands or even hundreds of thousands.
But you said it earlier too, like you said, the music business, like even with that 360 thing, like if an artist feels like, all right, the label gonna get him in advance, and let's say, okay, boom, the record don't do well. Now the label is upside down. How else is the label supposed to get their money back? They're gonna have to tap into merch. They're gonna have to tap into, some of the pub and this, that, and the third. I just stand on the right deal.
Yeah.
And what helps you with the right deal, whether we talking indie, whether we talking whatever, like, put up the money, line of credit, loan, however you got to get it, get you a good entertainment lawyer. Somebody that can understand that shit better than you. But it's about the deal. What does the deal say? Like you said earlier, I'd rather get 1% than nothing, or 50%. You know what I mean? Like it's a mentality thing. Is the deal good for you at that time?
Well, and real quick, before you go, also a lot of the reason why there's this entitlement is because a lot of people overvalue themselves. And my thing is if your value is that, then your stuff should be selling off the shelves without all this other stuff. If you can't get 100, if you can't get 500 people every time you drop to buy a single for $9.99, what you doing? Why should I come give you money?
Why these motherfuckers out here, they can't get, like, even with like I said, man, we got a lot of fire-ass talent out here. Crazy. Ben had a lot of fire talent, right? It's the same thing like you brought the ticket moving thing with the shows. They get 200, 300, 400, 1,000 likes, whole bunch of comments. They want to get on the platform. You say, look, I need you to bring 10 to 15 people with you for $20, $15, whatever the tab is, whatever the promoter is doing. You can't get 15 people to pay $20
out of 1,000 likes.
To come see you.
That's what I'm talking.
Well, I guess the question really is here: who is bringing more value to the situation, an artist or a label? Right, and I'm not the person that's going to say fuck a label, because I do think labels are underappreciated, and in the aspect of they'll take your buzz you have right now and make it mean something in 15 years. They know how to create longevity, right? Keep you around, and most independent artists just don't know how to do that. So that is valuable, but let's look at it the other way. If a label had no artists, they have no business either.
Correct.
So I would look at it as more of a even exchange of value rather than the label has the majority of the value in that situation.
Well, that's a good way.
It just
see,
depends.
to me, I think it really depends, bro. Like, because you got some artists that can, like, do it on their own. They touring on their own. They're doing it on their, like Russ for prime example. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Russ is like the biggest one.
You see
after probably like Tech 9.
Right,
Russ.
right. Now,
Shout out
out of
Russ.
all these goddamn artists out here that sing and rap, how many of them can do that though? It's a small percentage.
But even Russ, I'm sure he's hiring people that know how to do that. He's not doing all that. He's hiring, just like a label might contract out to you guys to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Russ, I'm sure, is contracting out to lawyers and business people to help him do the back end stuff. But that doesn't mean those people he's hiring deserve more than him. He is the star. He has the product.
The difference with Russ, I've known Russ.
But he also made himself a star.
Right, I was gonna say I've known Russ since he started. Like I was one of the first people to like put Russ on a blog.
That's his new album right there.
Come on, man! Shout out Russ. I was one of the first people to put Russ on a blog.
Oh, so you you knew him in real life?
Yeah, like I've been knowing for years and years and years, right? And seen him come up. One of the biggest things about Russ that people like shrug off, which not now, but before, is that like Russ has situations, he's had major deals, he's had different things. But the one thing about it is, back to the education word, is that, he might have had teams and people that were doing different things, but he always learned, and then he taught the team that was with him, his team, how to do these things. So now he's in a situation where he'll independently contract certain services and certain things for stuff to get done. So he's able to own the majority share and do certain things because, once again, he knows his value and he can prove and show it. Same thing like not only Russ, but LaRussell in the same boat.
Yeah.
Russell, yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so dope because, LaRuss had a little situation with Russ, you know what I mean, at a time. And it's still that mentality of, y'all, we can get help and we can partner, but we've taken the time to learn and we've built our business. I just don't see it enough. The people that complain versus the people that can bring it in, it don't balance. And to your point, that's why it's Label Services Unlimited. Label Services is where we're at because we understand that you may be an artist, but you may need an infrastructure. So we'll give you those services that will allow you to still remain independent, but still operate in that way where you're able to do business at a high level. And like he said, a lot of that is our relationships and the things that we're actually doing. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just not a lot of people that's doing it. I see a lot of complaining, but I don't see a lot of people who even understand the business enough to even know how to make money and do, direct sales. And you know what I mean? It's just not there. And it's like, I want what you have, but I'm not willing to do what you did. Like if I was a new podcast, I'm looking at what you're doing and I just started. I'm going to start having a little entitlement at some point if I get a little emotion and start being like, I mean, he cool, but... And you like, bro, do you know how much work I put into doing this? And again, we don't feel like that because there's so many artists who tell the horror stories. A lot of artists don't tell the truth. I didn't have a lawyer there when I was present. I was just hyped. I felt like I just needed that money. Like he said, I didn't wait, build my credit up, get my own line of credit, invest into myself. I didn't want to do that. I wanted you to come help me. So if you come help me, there's a price for that. And I just think that get glossed over.
I don't even want to even get into the paperwork side of it. It's the same thing. They want you to help them, but you don't want to commit to nothing on paperwork.
Bro.
How the hell does that work? So you want me to use all my time, sweat equity, resources, relationships, education, whatever, but you don't want to sign nothing with me.
Yeah, man,
that don't make sense.
I just want to keep it, you know what I mean? Like I appreciate you.
Let's keep it street, though. Let's keep it street.
Yeah, I appreciate you, but I don't really want to, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo.
You want to talk me to death, but you don't want to, it don't make no sense,
I want your connections, but I don't want to have to owe you anything.
They want to legally choose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for me, bro, like I said, we just go back to what we said earlier, the grassroots approach. I don't think I can pay anybody right now to make my brand be where I want it to be. Mm-hmm. I think that's an illusion that some people have. Like, yo, if I could just meet the right person, if I could just pay the right person, like, I'm going to be big. I think you have to do it on your own. I take full responsibility for where Off-World goes. Yeah. Like, I know it's not going to happen unless I show up, I continue to show up and do my thing and stay consistent and get better. Like, I don't think there is an easy way out. People are looking for that, but I don't think it exists.
That's how I've been with mine.
Like, even if an artist wants to come utilize the services you guys have at Label Services Unlimited, if they have nothing going on,
come on.
Like, how are you going to throw? You're there to help them throw fuel on the flame, but if they don't even have a flame burning yet, like what? Like, what can I do for you?
Thank
that
you.
part right there. You hit it.
And then that's a sad reality. Like this is all up to you. There is people that can help you like boost what you're doing, but you have to be doing something. Like you have to be able to get it off the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Save me, but I haven't done anything to save myself. Like the one thing I always tell people, and this is where I think this is like where that it's the arc. The arc of, people don't really want to invest in me, you know what I mean, until I already made it. Yeah. Because then I know for a fact this is going to be something that makes sense and mutually beneficial. Up until that point where you already have some traction, it don't matter. This is why I tell people, even on a micro level, like he said, you can do a show, and every show you can bring 10 people. I'm going to watch that. G going to watch that. And then the next time you do a show, you bring 20 people.
We're going to keep feeding them because, like I said, again, it's a business at the end of the day. Like, even on a promotional side, I mean, damn near any promoter will tell you that. Like, we need bodies in the building.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? But, you got a lot of artists that feel like, well, it's the promoter's job. So my thing has always been, how the fuck, like, nobody knows you.
I'm supposed to be promoting your name. If your name being promoted is not enough to bring a draw, why am I paying you?
That's true.
But then they're going to say, but we the talent. We the talent, so you should pay us. But not have any fans or anything like that really come through.
You're the talent, so we're paying you for your fan base. If your fan base don't show up, again, what is the point of us doing business with you?
Now, I've done a lot of stuff with a handful of artists over the years where I know they got motion. I know they got followings. I know they bring people. So I'll work a deal with them where they are paid. The streets don't know that, huh?
For the show.
Yeah, for said particular show, because that artist or artists was smart enough to negotiate their situation. So they understood their value when they came to me. AG, I want to get on A, B, C, D, and E. You know what I bring. You know I'm going to bring 20, 30 for you or whatever the case may be. Let's work a rev share situation.
And that's
math.
Right,
my nigga, okay, boom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's nothing. Like, let's go. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's just, it's wild. It's always been wild to me when it's the promoter's job to put everybody in the building, and a lot of these people don't know you. A lot of your own following don't even support you. So if your own following don't support you, what the fuck is G-Man gonna do?
It's a false reality, and that's why what you said, I'm just so glad you said it, because if we would have said it, then it's bad. But you saying I have to get to a certain level.
And then from the promoter standpoint, and then again with the promoters, depending on everybody's situations, you got expenses. Venue, security, flyer, whatever.
Insurance. I'm working on throwing an event right now. I just realized there's event insurance.
You got to get insurance. That's what I'm saying.
It's
shit that comes with it.
Gotta have it.
So if you're trying to provide the platform for the indies and this, that, and the third, we're all independent. I'm no bigger than the artist. Artists say we're all independent trying to get whatever the hell we're trying to get out the situation. It's better if we work together. All I'm asking you to do is, invite your mother, cousin, brother, co-workers, the people that's liking all your shit on. Every one of them goddamn likes on your post, go to them and ask them for $15 if they support you. Then you really, really see what's going on. You got 500 goddamn likes. You can't go to 15 people and get them to give you $15 to $20 to come see you?
But that's another reason. That's another service that we offer. So we offer social media auditing. Some of y'all forgot you bought your followers. Y'all forgot. Y'all done been here so long. Now you can just put your government name on the joint and get a blue check. You forgot you bought the check. You forgot you bought your followers.
You see somebody with like 800,000 followers or like 4 likes. I'm like,
and then they be like, yo, they ain't booking me for shows. They ain't playing me on the radio. They ain't whatever. And you like, yo, you forgot that's fake? Did you forget? Because this is what people do. They buy the check. They buy the followers. They got a real job. They getting money. But they're telling you and they're trying to come off like, I'm making money from music. Once again, if you really doing that, what can I offer you?
See, then you got another problem out here where, I see it. Then you got other promoters, right, where they'll say, well, everybody's got these artists moving tickets. Well, we going to pay the artist over here. So, to me, my personal opinion, you fucking up the game in a way by you doing that. Because see, you're trying to get, instead of trying to hold the artists accountable and teach them the right way, get them to grind, you want to entitle them by saying, hey, look, well, yo, come on over here. I'm going to pay you to do A, B, C, D, and E. The promoter loses a shitload of money at the end of the night because so that means that particular, they don't care about an ROI. See, everybody that know me, I'm about the business. ROI. I'm not trying to put up bread to lose and nothing. But I want everybody, like, I done so much with niggas around, like, everybody got to eat. And if your business is right, and if you come at me correct, we can will and deal all day long.
I mean, I don't think an artist can get mad for not getting booked if they can't bring people out. I mean, we had Young Crazy up here, and he was talking about how shout out to Crazy. Sure. Like, he was talking about how there isn't many clubs out here that'll pay a rapper like $20,000-$30,000 to come do a walkthrough, come there for the night. But that's because there isn't that many rappers that can bring that turnout out.
They can't draw. That's what I'm saying. It's about the draw.
Bro,
like I said, we booking, like I said again, we bringing national acts in.
Come on.
That ain't drawing.
Come on.
We booking them out. We think this one with the national acts.
Maybe you don't want to say who.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But that is crazy, though.
It's been national acts, right, that we've booked where we think people want to see them. We think the ticket price is good.
Well, even I've seen, I forgot who was telling us about this, but even national acts. So if there's a national act, they're known around the whole country. When they put their tour together, there's certain places they don't go to because their data tells them that they won't sell a lot of tickets there.
It's the same thing here in Virginia.
Market value.
It's the same thing here.
Yeah,
a lot of these ones,
value.
Virginia gets skipped. We all know that. Virginia gets skipped. We got to go to D.C. to get the big ones, go down to Carolina. We get skipped. Virginia market is funny as fuck. When I'm negotiating with these artists and this, that, and the third, let me tell you, this is another thing. A lot of these celebrities and they don't even want local talent on the bills. I only negotiate that in my deals to let me be able to put on my locals.
Why don't they want local?
Because from what I've always been told from numerous amount of people, is that they feel like, one, they've allowed it. The talent wasn't that good. So it could have been in a whole nother city and the talent just was just ass. It wasn't good. So that's one reason. Then they feel like people leave because the openers are on there. And then again, a lot of these nationals, they got egos just like most artists do, where they want everything to be about them. They don't want any indies because we've done shows before where we put indies on. They half the fucking crowd is them. When the indies gone, when they done performing, everybody leaving.
They didn't come for the main event, the main act.
Nope.
That's interesting.
Nope.
I mean,
also too, not to cut you off, but from G-Man's standpoint, you got to keep
because they don't care. I'm sorry, because the people that's coming to support them, they may not care about that national act. They just coming to support their man or female. You know what I mean? And then once they done, they out.
I mean, I'm thinking it depends on the national act because like the Timbaland Way show, for example, there was a few local acts on there, but I'm still sure the majority of the crowd was there to see Timbaland. So who is this national act that can't fill up the room? And if they need the help of the local indie artist to fill the room, I guess if the indie artist wasn't there, would the room be half filled then already?
It depends. Like you said, it depends on who. It really, really depends on who. And that's what makes that tough. It depends on who.
They could travel with their own openers too.
Like for example, like if we bring in a old school act. Old school acts are hard as fuck to promote.
Project Pat was just here. Like last night, I think.
Last night,
Stu Money opened up for him.
Yeah, And let's say, I don't know all their business, but what I'm saying is, I don't want to use Project Pat because that's my people shit. But I would just say, like, I'll go with who's somebody I did. Like I did Big Daddy Kane and Rakim at the Norva.
Legends.
My final numbers was 500 something people. I just knew when I did that show, we was going to flood it out.
And you talking about legends.
And we didn't. And those are legends. That's just one where it's hard to promote. It's a demographic there. You know what I'm saying? But it's that was a hard one to promote compared to us doing ESTG or Currency.
So in the case of that show, do you take that as a failure on your part to promote it, or just the market in this area didn't want that? Or wasn't that big for that?
Don't know. Because sometimes, like any loss that I've ever taken, we go back and we analyze the loss. Like we go back, all right, was the ticket price too high? Did the people just not want to see that shit? It can be different variables. I mean, I got partners that do arenas and shit like that. They'll lose. Like, you don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it's other events around that. Sometimes it's other shit going in the city. Sometimes us promoters are splitting the market. You know what I mean? Like, somebody got a show there, I got a show there. It's a lot of different variables. You know what I'm saying?
Especially now, you talking about, we in one of the worst financial, places we could be in.
Since 2008.
Yeah, so it's like that. Then you got to add that part,
People don't have money like that to be out.
Especially nowadays.
Doing a lot of stuff. Also, I mean, even before, I think, COVID, maybe look this up, Karen. I heard that festival numbers have been dropping for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like the Rolling Louds, like people aren't going to festivals and concerts how they used to.
Yeah.
Well, even in this area, like, I don't think people in this area are accustomed to like experiencing live entertainment like that. Like if you go to like Austin, Texas, a lot of live entertainment. Like if you go to these bigger cities, people like want to go out and see a live band or see somebody singing live or whatever it is. Yeah. Out here, it's kind of just like I'm gonna go to the bar, get a drink. It may be a cover band there, but that's not what's drawing me there. That's not to say that people here wouldn't enjoy live entertainment, but that's not really a big part of our scene here. For the average person.
It's back to what you said, though. It's just, do you have the money? The places that you're talking about are places where if they're making a certain amount of money, if the cost of living is a certain way, if it was certain things, they have the extra money to spend.
Or it's who we're bringing, too.
Yeah.
See, that's another I think that's a big part. Who are we bringing? Are we recycling the same artists, or are we giving the people something new? That's another thing. I do think it's about who we bring. You know what I'm saying? I mean...
What does it say, Karen? This is, yes, music festival attendance is generally decreasing in the U.S. with major events like Coachella and Burning Man seeing lower sales and numerous cancellations occurring due to high ticket prices, lineup staleness, market saturation, and shifting fan preferences, especially among aging millennials and Gen Z. Though European markets show more resilience for now, this trend contrasts with high general concert attendance as festivals struggle to balance rising costs with fan budgets and desires for unique experiences.
Yeah. So a lot of that is
the game is tough for everybody right now.
Well, ever since 2020, when a lot of the artists, it was no touring going on because of COVID, the prices spiked. So if the artist prices are high, we got to raise the ticket prices. Now it gets down to the consumer, and then now the consumer got to make that choice. Do I want to pay this ticket to see this particular artist? Not to mention the hold that they got with all the ticketing fees. That's another thing. Because, see, I may charge $35 to come see you, but by the time they add the fucking fees on, it's a $45, $46 ticket.
They'll have nation fees and shit.
And a good example.
A lot of that place.
A good example, too, though, the other side of it is, like he said, like a currency. Currency coming into the market, and he's making money, and people are paying, and they're willing to do. This goes back to why.
The diehard fans are going to pay.
But this goes back to...
fans?
The diehard fans are going to pay. It's just like at our shows or whatever, like when we do we can sit here and say probably about 80% to 90% of like the shows that we do, like the people are really there for that artist. And those are diehard fans that want to see that particular artist. So people will pay. It's just if they die hard enough.
But the source of it is what we're talking about, is that side of building. People don't want to do that, so they don't get that back. So their thing is, to your point, well, can I just buy on to a tour, and you can do those things because that visibility is there. But the reality is, if you are not somebody that's willing to take the time to do the Chitlin circuit and do your job and really build this up, then you won't have the diehards. Again, we're talking about currency. Let's go back, like you said, to the OG. Let's go to Tech 9. Tech 9 gonna sell out. Anytime he got a hard ticket, sold out. He understands how to stay connected with his fans, and he's been building this and doing this year after year after year after year. This goes back to that I'm trying to skip the step thing. There are acts that the major labels got behind, and we all knew their records. And then, like he said, COVID, this, that, whatever happens. And then we like, you cool, but like, you not spend my money on a ticket, cool.
Get a babysitter, especially
right.
if we're talking about these like legendary artists. Like said Big Daddy Kane. Who else was on that show?
Rakim.
And Rakim.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a problem within hip hop, where these artists that kind of grow up and they get older, like they had a buzz and they're like 40, 50. It's like the fans don't respect them as much. Like I don't see that happening in rock and roll. In rock, these old bands come out, they still sell out the tours every time. It seems like hip hop is the one genre where like you lose relevance with age. And even in here, they mentioned the European markets. Our rappers here get more respect overseas than they do in America now. Because it's like in America, you're only as relevant as your last hit for the majority of the people.
Yeah, I also think, again, like with that being said, there is a level of changing with the times and also, like he said, also building with those relationships. Like to me, in my mind, I'm like, there's no reason why certain people, you know, they shouldn't be able to bring out, you know, a crowd, you know, X, Y, Z. But also, too, this goes back to what we're talking about. If you're an older artist, even if you're a legendary artist, and you're not connected on social media and you're not doing interviews and you don't have something big that's coming up.
You have to still be building your relevance.
A lot of people, they still have that one vertical. They like, well, back in the day, all I had to do was put my name on the flight. This ain't back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a lot of fans for back in the day, I mean, if you were rapping when you were 20, your peak was at 20 and all your fans were 20, and now you're 50. Your fans are 50 now too, and they probably still fuck with you. But I mean, you have to do work to sustain that relevance and to reach the new fan base that wasn't even alive when you were 20.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a privilege. This work, it'll never be easy. It'll always be to a point.
It's earned. You got to earn it.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want
it. I think, like I said, I'm going to go back. I said this earlier, too. I think the biggest thing is artists, they got to get out of Virginia. Like, not leave Virginia on no permanent shit, but I'm saying, like, get out. Go network and stuff. You know, go to South by Southwest. Go to BET Awards. Go to Grammy. Go wherever, you know what I mean? Go down to Miami. Like, go get inside. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll find, just like I got some phenomenal relationships over there on the West Coast. Great relationships. Right. That's like a second home to me. And they have the indies got the same damn issue that we got.
Everybody
here.
has the
same thing
here.
down with my relationships down there in the A. The same fucking issues we got here, they got there. Same thing.
Everybody's like, yo, I wish this was like Atlanta, but Atlanta artists is like, yo, I wish we need to get out of Atlanta.
Bruh. Again. And another reason why like that traveling helps is because when you get away, because it helped me. Like, shout out to my wife. Like, you know, she a military brat. Like, she was the one that really, like, before, like, I got in and, like, started, like, tour managing and doing all this stuff. Like, she was the one that opened my eyes. Because I was one of those, there was a time where I was like, yo, I'm going to live and die to 7-5. I don't care, whatever. And once I started, like, actually, like, traveling and doing different things, two things it helped me do. Number one, it helped kill my ego. But number two, it allowed me to start building relationships outside of that. And I started realizing, wait, this ain't about where I'm from. I haven't figured out who is my ideal fan and the person that I'm actually supposed to be marketing to.
Who's your target audience?
Who is my target? When you don't do that, then you start doing this thing where you go, like an example would be like, let's say like I'm a hardcore, you know, street rapper. But then I'm like at church and I'm like, y'all don't understand why the people at my church don't be bumping my music? Bro, you at church.
Yeah.
It's not the people, they're not there for that. Now you head down to the alley, you know what I'm saying? Or you head down to wherever, there's a demo. People confuse, nobody support me with you haven't found your target audience. You don't know who your demo is.
A lot of these motherfuckers don't even know how to even read a lot of their own analytics. Regardless of who you distributing through, DistroKid, whoever the fuck. Like, I sit down with so many artists where I'm like, all right, what your streams look like? What does this look like? A lot of them don't even know. Like, they don't even know how to read it. They don't even know how to even take advantage of the analytics. Again, going back to label serve, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's trying to work. Like, we want to work
Yeah.
Like, we gotta break jokers out of it. It's too much talent here, bro. It's way too much.
Well, I think that your local scene is meant to be a playground. It's meant for you. It's meant to be a circuit where you can run around and improve and figure out your thing and really master it. And then you can take that game plan and that blueprint and do it like everywhere else, right? And I'm also about traveling and networking out of Virginia. Like, I feel like that's a way that's a way to take out the mystery of virality. Like, what is going viral? It's like people across the country and all these different pockets knowing about you. All right, so how do we take the mystery out of that? Go to all these pockets and touch base with these people and literally be there and like make a one-on-one connection with all these different places.
Yeah.
And now everybody knows you.
And another thing, you could probably relate to this, where with a lot of my network, a lot of relationships, I used to really like get offended by the shit, the way that a lot of these label execs and shit talk about artists for real.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about the music. When the higher that you go within your relationships, you go up, you have a full-blown conversation, they say shit at all about an artist that's on your roster or no music at all.
What do they care about?
It's all about the analytical part, or does that artist or whatever, does it have value? That's what they want to talk about.
They never even heard the album.
Bro, you could put, bro.
If you calling and you spitting, it's the same thing like I brought the young lady I helped out that I put in with CA with the touring stuff, right? They didn't even hear none of her music. It was done just off of
the data driven.
That was it.
Data driven.
It was just off of that.
So why they make all these rappers jump on the tables in the label rooms?
I don't know.
Sometimes they just do that. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes just to make the little moment,
little showcase.
To his point, like, you start to get to a point to where, and this is the industry. Like right now, like you said, this is what we call the other side, not the artist side. Do you know, like right now, we talking about people artist value. An artist can come to me right now, especially artists that put music out on streaming. There's only two ways you could do this. If you put music out on streaming, give me your streaming information. I could put it in. I can tell you what your value is right now. Tell you what your value is. I can tell you what, if you could give you an advance right now. I can tell you if we could do this, we could do that. It's tech.
It's tech, yeah.
That's why tech is taking over music and TV and film. Because they have the technology to say, based on this information, this is what you're worth. Based on what we can, I'm gonna use that word again, how we can exploit and make this money come back. Because one thing about you realize about on that side, if they ain't making no money, they not doing it. This just goes to his point. It's not about they don't necessarily care at all about the music. Because some of these people, they'll come out to the show and hang out with you and do different things and build a relationship. But for them, it's about the return on investment and this really turning. And that's another reason why I say you need to have the education and you need to treat this like a business. Too many people, like, y'all don't listen to one, two, and I love, like, shout out, rest in peace. Like, y'all listen to Nipsey, y'all listen to Jay-Z, whatever. Y'all thinking about all the hustle part, but y'all not doing the stuff that they was doing to build their brands and to build their companies. And you talking like, yeah, man, I want to own this and I need to do this and I do. Bro, you know how much
about owning shit and they don't even know what the fuck they owning.
Artists like a Nipsey and a Jay and you know how much every day they waking up on early meetings. They team, they hustling, they putting this together, they putting that together. Yeah. By the time we seeing them at major labels, these guys done put 2-3 deals together. Done things on their own. And that's another thing that I want to say is like, it's like that shoebox mentality. We in a digital age. But you rapping on the record about, I'm this and that, and I done sold this and that. And again, you can't get 5 downloads, bro. It's just, again, the allure of social media and the way that we can kind of add all of these extra effects to it. It makes people feel like a false sense of... Yeah,
well, they trick people into chasing popularity instead of money. That's like, I'm getting a lot of likes, but that's not necessarily translating to money. I mean, I'm not mad at the labels, even if they're not listening to the music. It'd be nice if they actually enjoyed the music. But like, I'm not mad at the data-driven approach because popularity is so fickle. It kind of doesn't mean anything. You can be popular right now, but not popular tomorrow. But like, if you have data that's proving like, this many people are listening to my music, this many people are boom, boom, boom.
Right now, man.
It makes more sense.
Yep, I try to tell as many people as I can. It's 3 things that we go by. It's the analytics, all about who you know, and money. That's what it's about.
In that order?
Not in that order.
No,
because
not necessarily.
for example, we got folks here that's got the money behind them. They don't got the relationships.
Who has the money behind them here?
It's a good amount of folks, and they be
popping like a motherfucker.
They be popping it.
They popping like a motherfucker.
But guess what? They be popping it, but then it look good, and then you see when they had that period where they start complaining, and you be like, but you got it already.
Yeah. But
it's
the look, like you say, the look.
It looked great.
It looked real
great.
good.
Fake it till you make it.
It looked good as hell on that IG. You know what I mean? It looked good.
Yeah,
but once you get them in and you start to go through what the numbers and shit look like,
I want to make sure I say this, like, yo, I care about the music. Some of the artists that I got to work with early on in their careers, like from whether it's Bia or whether it was Juice WRLD.
Not to cut you off, I saw that you work with Bia and Designer. Mm-hmm. Quick story about Bia. I met Bia at.
Shout out Bia, my sis.
She did a show. I forgot where the show was, but it was I think it was around 2020, and it was like her, Guap Dad was on the show. I think Gifted Hands may have opened up, and it was like a show where they were pushing people to go vote. You remember that show?
Oh yeah.
I was there, and I took a picture with Bia. I still have it on my Instagram. I had a fake Jordan jersey on.
I'm not.
It was like, bro, man, go to my Instagram, go to my page, go all the way down.
Hey,
it was at the time when I didn't even know it was fake when I had it on. In my defense, but like Jordan, I think it was Jordan. He was supposed to go to like a different team. No, not Jordan. LeBron, I think.
Oh,
he was supposed to go to a different team at one point.
Traded with like rumors.
Yeah, but he didn't go. But like it was a jersey like from that team that he never went to.
Oh, shoot.
So like, just go all the way to the bottom of my page. I'm about to show you guys this real quick.
That is so funny.
Let me see. Keep going. Keep going. It should be too much further than that. You'll just see me and her standing at the concert. Damn, I got more posts than I thought. Hold up. Here we go. Should be coming up.
My man ain't playing but no IG.
I used to make music too, so a lot of this shit is from my music back in the day.
Oh, fire.
Okay.
Hold on. It should be right there somewhere. Keep going. Damn. I've been putting in work, as you guys see. Go to the Bernie. Go to the Bernie thing real quick. Go to the Bernie thing real quick. Y'all remember that moment? Go down. You see, up a little bit. In the middle. No, up a little more. Right there, left. Y'all remember this moment when everybody was putting Bernie with the mask on?
Yo, everybody, my man with the.
He can't even find it. Whatever. I took a picture of Bia. It's a fake jersey. But also, I did see that you did you do some work for Designer's Panda, like on the back end when that came out?
Yeah, I do some work. Like I did the PR. Like I literally was the first person to put a DJ service pack together. Like all of that
For Panda.
Yeah.
What is doing? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Is that LeBron? Is that LeBron jersey? Was he supposed to go to the Lakers?
That coat, but
or is that
Who's number 6?
is that?
I think LeBron was supposed to go to the Lakers, and then like he
original...
never went or some shit. I know this shit fake though for sure.
That is so funny to me.
I had that way shit. Shout out to Bia though. Mm-hmm. She has a fire ass song with Russ too. Forget what that shit was called now. But yeah, so what is doing PR work for a song? Like, what does that entail?
Oh man, so much. It depends. I mean, like for me, like if we can use if you wanted to use like Designer for an example, shout out to Designer. Like it was just 10-year anniversary of Designer's Panda.
Damn, it's been 10 years already?
It's been 10 years.
That's crazy. I remember when he came out, I think it was when Kanye dropped, was it The Life of Pablo?
Yeah.
And he came out, I thought it was Future on stage. Mm-hmm. You remember that moment?
Mm. Yep.
I remember.
I remember it. My phone was blowing up. Like I said, I've been working with him since at the time when I was working with him so early at the time. The record what he had that was called Zombie Walk.
Okay.
That was right before, and then Panda came out, and then shout out to my boy D-Rock. He was the one that like connected me. But like, yo, when I say like, there's so many things that can be done, but like the bare minimum, like if you have like a viral record, and I'll use that for an example, like the first and foremost thing was, like I said, like, yo, creating a DJ service pack. You know what I mean? Like, dog, that's just one of the most basic things in the world. And there are probably people right now that's doing music, especially from our area, that's probably like, a DJ service pack. What are you talking about?
was that probably like a clean version, the beat, just the vocals, like if the DJ wants to cut it in some
and then
way.
I also would include the cover art. I would also include the producer. Sometimes I would, like you said, sometimes the acapella, depending, because sometimes the DJs like to, mix it in.
Up, yeah.
Depending on what it is. And then sometimes it would be an email. But it also sometimes might be like even like a PDF or, I'll attach it. But the main thing is, and then it'll also have the link to the streaming as well, depending on what platform they are, so they can actually add it, you know what I mean, to whatever playlist they have or different things like that. But I just think like doing PR for any record, like it just depends on where they're at in the process. But one of the biggest things that I see is even that is like people trying to bring on PR and marketing so late in the game.
Yeah.
And then be confused like, yo, I don't understand why this didn't work, or
they didn't include it with the original rollout. Bro, they come after the record.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I'll be candid. I ain't gonna say whatever. I'm not gonna say the specific distro or label or whatever. But like even now, like that's a big thing that I go back and forth with when I'm working with other labels and distro companies that I consult for and do stuff for. Is, yo, stop trying to hit my line when y'all done did everything and then I'm last minute. And then it's like, yo, Q, we got the album coming out. And like, yo, I didn't get to see none of the singles. I didn't get to go do no promo runs. I didn't get to talk to the DJs. I didn't get to talk to the playlist curators. I didn't get to talk to none of the influencers. Like, I dang near ain't even heard it. And you like, yo, the record about to come out in 2 weeks. Q, what can you do?
That's the shit that sucks when they don't involve you in the beginning. They get you, damn near when the record's about, and you can't even really, do your big one on it because they bringing you in. You know what I'm saying? Like dumb late. You know what I'm saying? You can bring more value to it if you're part of it from the beginning. But
I feel that way about like being a content creator too. A lot of times people will like want to throw an event or they're doing stuff and they want to hit up the content creator last minute. Like it's this thing that's not really that important. Like I don't know. I love this, guys. I'm sure we can go into a lot more. I feel like there was a lot of gems in this. My last question really is: do you guys want to touch on these workshops that are going to be happening in 2026? Where will they be? Like, what will that look like?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're gonna have like more. We'll have like more information, like as we like. It'll be some stuff like on the website and different things. The good part about it is like we'll give more detail. We're gonna start here. So we'll start here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start 7-5. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do DC. We'll do Baltimore. So Richmond. So people will have time, to build it out. But yeah, man, LA, Atlanta, New York. Where else we thinking? I'm thinking probably Philly as well.
Houston.
Boston, Houston. Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like he said, me and G is really connected in a lot of places. And again, what we're doing is going to be a central hub. Like, so we may have a launch party at somebody's big studio or at a record label or at, Audio Mac or at like, because this is about building a community. Like I said, this is not about us going against or
really
competing.
Trying to educate, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what really get me up is really trying to educate. The only thing that sucks is like when you really try to educate and then they don't listen.
Yeah, that's cool, but yo, can you just fast forward Yeah, and you want to know what's so crazy? Yo, so this the wild part about like doing what I do. Yo, there's people that'll be like, yo, Q, can you just get me on this website or get me on this blog or get me on this whatever, right? And I have the relationships where sometimes like I could just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, yo, I'll literally be like, but why do that? First off, number one, I'm like, because how I do PR, like, so I'm a traditional like publicist. So that means that like I try to get like organic. So like if you pay me to do a PR campaign, I'm not thinking, let me take a portion of this money and just pay other people. I'm thinking you pay me this and now I'm going to build a case and present you so well, one sheets, you know what I mean? Like I said, DJ service pack, press release, all this, and present you to the point to where my people's like, yo, Q working this? Yo, I'm with it. They not even thinking about money and this and that. Because here's the problem.
Because who's attached to it.
Once you start doing that, then every time they hear your name, all they do is think about $1. They don't care about the work you're doing. They don't want to build with you or nothing. And that means when I leave, because I'm just a real quick caveat, we'll talk about a good publicist. A good publicist, if they work with you, I should not have to send an email and a text. And because I was doing such a good job, somebody else can send it. And they go, yeah, I rock with him. He good people. If you really building the relationships right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we're gonna be the way that we're gonna have stuff kind of set up. It's really gonna be all over the country. You know what I mean? And you know, shoot, we do it right. We might do a couple. You know what I mean? I love the UK. Like I love different spots too. But the biggest thing, like he said, is really just the education part, the community part, and again, like.
And we got to make examples.
Yeah.
We have it.
Success stories.
We have to. We have to because, you know, it's too much talent here, bro. We have to. We have to take somebody from here.
Well, maybe we can end it there. Where do you think most local artists from the 757 go wrong? And I'm not talking about the people that are clearly, sad to say it, but trash and probably won't ever have a chance. The people that are actually good.
Right.
And that are working consistently and they're actually good. And it seems like it gets to a point where they peak in the city, they start getting discouraged, and then they fall off.
Me personally, what I feel like is a couple things. One is ego. I think, which all artists, we all got something in us or whatever. Yeah. But I think with some artists, I think that they hurt themselves because they think they're bigger than what they really are, based around their ecosystem. Yeah. And they're told, yo, you good, you this, you this, you that. Same thing with the numbers, da-da-da-da. So you kind of can't tell them nothing. They just feel like, yo, I'm ready to go now.
So that translates to them, like, not being fun to be around, being assholes, blocking their blessings, and not working hard enough.
A lot of them do, yeah. But let them tell it. They feel like that, yo, I've been doing this for so long.
People just hating.
Yeah. They whatever. But then a lot of it is too, at least with my experiences, a lot of it, their personal life throws them off.
Boy,
So when you get to the root of the issue, you know, they got a nice run. They doing what they got to do. But something in their personal life, it could be death, kids, job, whatever. Yeah. It throws them off. That consistency is no longer consistent. Then they want to start pointing the finger instead of looking at themselves and holding themselves accountable for why they are, you know. Well, man, I've been running with G. I'm not. So let's ask why. It's not enough whys being asked, because if you ask enough of them, you're going to get to the root. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to fall on that artist.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll also add, like, again, it go back to the fundamentals to me. And that's something like that's just, it's always going to be like that is, you know, what did you build your house on? Did you build it, you know, on brick, good foundation? Did you build it on sand? A lot of people are more worried about looking like as opposed to being. Yeah. And again, I'm going to go back to them fans. 2 things. The education piece, why it's so important. Understand the business, number 1. Before you do business, understand it. Everybody, they be jumping in the booth. They got 38 mixtapes. They have no idea. They don't split sheets, publishing, right?
And even if they don't want to go do the research, right? Like even if that's just, they like, man, fuck all that. I'm trying to create. I'm trying to go make a record. All right, cool, okay, but then if you're going to do business with whoever that's on that business side, all right, then let them do the business.
Yeah.
Follow the play. You feel what I'm saying? Don't go against the play, follow the play.
Just go back to that. I don't want to sign with you. I don't want to this and that, but if you don't even, you know, so that piece, so that piece is, but I think it's like learning and knowing the business. And let me tell you the reason why there's no excuse. And people going to feel like I'm super hard when I say this. There's no excuse because there's never been a time as a creative in our life where you have so many examples where there's literally books, YouTube videos, documentaries, they're telling you every little single thing and you're just choosing not to listen, right? So that's that. And then the other piece is, them fans, man. 1 fan at a time, 1 fan every day. You can keep ignoring that the rest of you will never get to where you want to go and have ownership if you don't do that. Because if you make your bones off of our name or someone else's name, they deserve that.
Well, I say that all the time too. Like it doesn't matter who you're standing next to. You could be standing next to Pharrell, and if you're not good enough for people to love you for you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I want to say that with that being said, when you asked that question in the beginning, you was like, yo, you know who you partner with? Yo, we partner with each other because me and G can stand by ourselves. That's something.
I just asked that because I couldn't remember in the article if it says like you guys actually partnered with like another company to.
Oh,
to
so
do
what you read was Medium Creative Agency. We had recently did a partnership with Vidya. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay. I did.
Yeah,
read
that's
that.
what. That's what.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, yo, we working with all distributors. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but that what you said was so important was being able to stand on your own too. That was another reason why we wanted to bring that together. You know what I'm saying? Our biggest thing was like we were intentional when we made the announcement. We were intentional. Have iHeartRadio do the exclusive. We were intentional. Billboard this that because we want to let people know, like you said, stop trying to overly get up under someone else and build your thing. And that's all we did. Me and him been building this. We've been doing different things. But us coming together was trying to let people know we ain't just talking. We doing it ourselves. We had to put press release together and get a publicist. Shout out our publicist, Olivia Stone, and do all this. Like
But you're a publicist that has a publicist?
have to. It's unethical.
Same thing, and I got one too.
It's unethical.
Even publicists have publicists?
It's unethical. I can't send my own press release.
Oh, that's fine.
I can't do that.
That makes sense.
It's unethical. You know what I mean? Like, but again,
I think a lot of artists don't hear this that need to hear this. Maybe this just isn't for you.
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah. Damn right. A lot of them need to sit the fuck down. Because they're not gonna, they don't have it in them. Some of them don't just, it's either in you or it ain't.
and you getting in the way of people that really want to do this. And that's why I keep going back to this is a privilege, not a right. Yo, if you want to get up and be an entrepreneur and make money for yourself, like you said, know that the audience is your boss. And a lot of people not willing to do that. Like I said, they just want to skip steps. They done seen one too many people online pop or do something. And keep in mind, it's always stuff that happened that you don't know about. But they see that and they go, yo, I want that life because now my life is going to be easier. Your life ain't going to be easier. Ask Pusha. Ask Malice right now. They on planes all day. They doing this all day. They doing. It's not easier, but they love it. And they're willing to put in the work to what comes with it. The reason why they having the craziest run is not just because they're dope like that, which they are. Not because it's just their team, which they are. Not because like they're really, dedicated to this, but it's because they understand that there's a level of commitment that they were going to have to make when they started putting this new album out and rolling it out. And look at them now, dog. They done hit almost every benchmark you can think of. And them as a collective ain't put an album out together in what is it, 15 years or something like that? It was something crazy like that. Might be longer.
This conversation also goes for things outside of music. Like I feel like in our culture, like for the past few years, it's been like a thing. Like yo, everybody hates rich people. Oh, he's a billionaire. Like this and that.
Bro.
Like people don't respect the work it takes to do that. And it's like, yo, okay, Jeff Bezos is a billionaire, but he built Amazon, and you work there. Yeah. So he if somebody comes to the 757 and builds $1 billion business, but employs 100,000 people, like he created a business for you to be able to get a job at that you could just clock in and clock out and not think about it. He's up 24 hours a day thinking about how to make this business last longer, how to grow it. Yeah. So much work that goes into, I mean, obviously there's probably some billionaires that just kind of like don't do much. They don't create anything. They're just like moving money around, whatever. Yeah. But for the majority of things, like if we're talking about Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, they say, he earned that. You see all that man is doing? That's not fucking easy work, bro. People think it's so easy to be a billionaire, and it's like there's negative connotation on it.
And that's why
I don't think that's the case. I think most of these guys, if you actually, I don't know them personally, obviously, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I think for the majority of them, if you figured out a way to make a business that's worth $1 billion, you probably have some great characteristics as a human. You're good, like cool enough people want to work with you, to want to be around you. You're smart enough to like know that business, how to grow it. Like you have the work ethic. Like there's a lot of, I think it's mainly great people that make it to that level.
Yeah, it's either
probably not all of them, but
the cool thing about it though is you don't even need that to be happy.
You don't.
You
don't.
A good 100,000. Maybe if you got multiple kids, 200,000, whatever. But just a couple 100,000, whatever, and that will change whatever you feel.
Bro, I was just talking about this on the podcast. I was on a podcast. I don't know if you guys know Julian Rivera. I was on Your Peak Life yesterday. I think it's dropping in January.
That's fire.
But they were asking me about like my peak life and what I look at as success with my brand. And for me, obviously, I have ambition and I'm gonna try to make it the biggest as can. But I'll feel like I made it once I make like $5,000 a month. If I can make as much as I would make at a 9-to-5 doing this, that's right. That's success to me.
That's
now
right.
I'm gonna keep growing it.
There you go.
Now you're breaking down that's what the label. That's what we're here to do, is to help you with that. Because to your point, defining success. everybody used to be like going viral or making $1 million or whatever. Yo, I tell people all the time, especially when I first started, me and my wife first started making 6 figures, 100,000, whatever, 200, whatever plus. And we got to a point where we were like, yo, if we don't make any more money than this, yo, we're living a good life. Like, success to me already, to be candid, I already feel like I'm successful. You know what I'm saying? Doing this with G, for me, is taking it over the top because now I'm able to go back and touch the soil of where I grew up at and be able to put legs down and infrastructure for what it is that I love to do. But a lot of the stuff that we're doing, even from the education part, is the passion part of it. People confuse being passionate and art with making money. Like you said, you can wake up and go do whatever, sell houses, real estate, this, that, crypto, whatever you do, and you can make money. But the passion piece is supposed to be married with it. But if you plan on being an entertainer and you plan on other people paying money for you, you need to get into the mindset of building relationships and one fan at a day and being nice and replying to comments and not being too cool and having that understanding. So back to your question when you were like, yo, what do you think it is? I just think it's the reality of, again, people being entitled to the fact that because I see you doing a podcast and G got a talent booking and a promotion company and Q got a PR company, I can just go do that. Dog, we spent the majority of our lives to get to a point to where now people will pick up that phone and say, Q, I want to do XYZ. I don't care what the price is. And
Q,
people don't
put me on a show, Q. Put me on a show. I love it. This might be a great spot to leave him at. Is there anything else you guys want to lead the people with? Any events coming up? I'm excited to see everything that Label Services Unlimited is going to do.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Hit me next year when you guys do the event. We can do a little promo run. Also, like, I'm trying to get more people in the city to hire me as just an executive producer and like a content creator. Because I think I can do that very well for a lot of different aspects. Like people doing like promo runs for the music, businesses,
we
events.
need to have a conversation on the side then. That sounds like
I don't understand why I don't understand why more artists don't do that. Like they'll pay $300 to $500 for a music video, which obviously isn't blowing songs up in 2025. Right. Why don't you get a content creator on the team?
I gotta shout out my guy Razor because Razor's doing a lot of fly shit.
Oh, he shoots videos for Stu Money, right? Shot by Razor?
Yeah, shot by Razor. Yeah, he do a lot of stuff for a lot of people out here, and he, like what you're talking about, he wants to work with, artists that help with that kind of stuff, man. And I do think we need more of that, to your point.
I was talking on the phone with Batman about that. He was like, it still feels early. He was comparing it to the days of like 2005, 6. He was like, in those days, local artists didn't want to pay for music videos. They didn't see the importance in it.
They did.
Fast forward to like now, it's like they don't see the importance of having a creative content rollout, like a strategy behind your content, and they don't want to pay for that.
They want it now. That's the thing. They want it now, but it's like they don't want to do the steps.
This goes back to the evolving, and this goes back
because
to
the steps cost.
Why you need to, again, hit us up. Label Services Unlimited.
Well, you good? Okay, I guess we can leave it on this. We've been trying to end this convo for 20 minutes.
No, I'm sorry.
No, this is great. Are you guys like looking for artists right now for Label Services? Like, where can artists go to? Is it like a submission thing? They submit and you like approve or deny them? Like, how does all that work?
Yeah, but I say we got the email. You can hit us at info@labelservices.
So the ball is rolling. Y'all can get started now with artists.
Yeah, we already got.
We've already been.
That's what I was about to say. We already got. So we gonna show y'all. Some of the stuff that we working on.
Let's go to the website.
Coming soon, but yeah, hit the website. You know what I mean, and hit the website. There's also a contact page on the website, and you can just go right in. The main thing is make sure you let us know what you're trying to do, what your goals are, and how you think we can help, and we'll get right to you. But yeah, we're not just looking for artists. Producers, execs, because again, if you're a creative, like it's based in music because we're based in music, but we do so many other things. If you are creative, there is some way we can add value to you.
Put me in the game, coach.
No,
This is great.
I'm so
thank you guys. We'll put the website in description. All that will be in description. Thank you guys.
Of course, man. Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Come on.